Yo, everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of the Bandits Estate. Hey, is that little crossover episode that I was teasing about on a community post. Don't want to blue ball you, but it's not the crossover episode you're thinking it's going to be. In fact, it's not a crossover episode at all. It just happens to be a pretty coincidental
I knew all these paths once.
familiar face in our roster.
My own ambitions.
If you frequent Darkest Dungeon Twitch at all, you may recognize this face. It's Arthur. More specifically, it's the Kilted Dungeoneer. But since he is making, or I'm not sure if he is directly making it, but he's definitely the brain behind the project. But ladies and gentlemen, the Squire is a class mod that is currently in production, and I like the kit so far. So far, we have Slash, which is a forward 1. We have Destructive Overhead. It's a pretty much bleed out. We have a Shield Tackle, forward 2. And Comforting Mead, clear cooldown, target and heal. Listen, Arthur. We have to talk about your fascination with the redheads, you know? Are you afraid of them, or are you horny for them? You know, that's the question of the day, you know? But nice to have you here on the estate with us. You mind if I take a look at your kit for the audience there over at YouTube on my side of the, internet? No? Okay, good. Let's see. So far, we have Arthur the Squire. His first ability is Slash, which is a forward 1, hits enemies position 1 and 2, 95 accuracy, does base damage, 6% crit, buffs Destructive Overhead by plus 12 crit. Very nice. We have Destructive Overhead, which is a position 1 and 2 attack versus position 1 enemy, 100 accuracy plus 50% damage modifier, 9% crit, armor piercing minus 30% damage on first round. Not bad. Just to prevent Alpha striking on turn 1. Cooldown of 3 turns. Then we have Thrusting Stab, which is a midline attack, usable in positions 1 and 2, 95 accuracy plus 3 crit. Buff self 15% damage to Destructive Overhead. Pretty decent little skill. I can see some of the Hellion design aspects bleeding into your kit here. Then we have Apprenticeship. Guard, clear cooldown, mark self, activate riposte. Listen here, Arthur, you have a guard riposte, you're automatically on my favorites list because of that. Your riposte is 10 accuracy, 2 crit. You deal full damage on your riposte. That's very interesting. Alright, so in case he gets moved to the back, we have Shield Tackle, usable in positions 3 and 4, hits enemies 2, 3, 4, forward 2, 95 accuracy, minus 50% damage, 3% crit, knockback 1, buff self, 12% proc. I was fully expecting this to be a stun when I first read this skill effect, not gonna lie, but I'm pretty glad it's not. Then we have Holy Horn, which is a minus 3 stress, clear cooldown, buff target 21% damage. Pretty much invigorating vapors, more or less. And then we have Comforting Mead, which is a use per battle 2, clear cooldown, target self and the ally, heal 2 to 2, minus 7% stress received, and debuff minus 5 accuracy. Not too bad, nice little emergency touch-up heal. Now what I find interesting is you have clear cooldown effects. Now, is that clearing the cooldown on himself, or both himself and the target with these use effects that target allies? So that's going to be interesting to find out. I'm not running any tooltip fixing mods or anything like that, as far as I'm aware of right now. But enough of me with referring to you as Arthur. We all know you're just a face on the screen right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kilted Dungeoneer is making a class mod, along with Umangant Boom Magnet, the person that made Navigator, and is the current brain behind the Possess, which is an upcoming enemy mod for Black Reliquary, and maybe eventually gonna be backport to Darkest Dungeon. But anyways, the Squire is here, and just to lean into the meme of redheads, we have Boudica in position 1 here, we have Elena the Songbird, and we have good old Oliver in position 4. Boudica is here with Bleed Out, If It Bleeds, Breakthrough, and Iron Swan. Basically our main damage dealer with a little bit armor piercing and accuracy. Ancestor map for trap disarming and scouting. We have Elena with Prot and Debuff Amulet. We're running Nebulous Chorus, Erratic Rhythm, Verse to the Void, and Grand Orchestra. Mostly here just as support. We have Oliver with L Light, Protector of Beauty, Falling Light, Matrona, with Tenacity Ring and Life Crystal. He's pretty much our main healer and, well, guard, healing, just shenanigans going on. We have Arthur, who's going to be acting as our sub DPS alongside Boudica. So anyways, that's the team. I just realized Boudica has independent, can't be guarded. So that's gonna bite my ass a bit on this team's synergy, but that's a bit of a whatever. My main goal is to pretty much power level him from 1 to 3. This veteran wheeled run, medium length as well. So this is going to be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. Let me go ahead and stack my food real quick. I used a Kraken ribbon and a, what you call it, training ribbon for extra prot, accuracy, resolve XP, and virtue chance. Alright. Let's get to the fights. Alright, right from the beginning, you got a Chevalier in the back there. So a bit of a hallway bloodsucker fight. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and open up with Nebulous Chorus. Get some nice AoE spread there. So far so good. Stay alive, Arthur. I can't afford to lose you in your first outing on my channel. There you go. Oliver's got your back. This is true beauty. Yes, indeed. Oh, you dick. Thankfully, he has a lot of health. Okay, let's go ahead and do Bleed Out. No. If it bleeds... Nah. You bleed out in this asshole. Nice. Very nice. Arthur, are you going to be able to hit shit since you're only level 1? 81%, not bad. 6 to 11, let's go ahead and do Slash. Focus this dick. There we go. Very nice animation work on him so far. Very good art too. You're going to flip on me too. Ugh. Not fun. Obliterated. There we go. Nice overhead splash. Always nice to see. Breakthrough. I like how Breakthrough is still really strong. Okay, let's go ahead and tune the instrument. Swap the debuff around on Burst of the Void. I'm gonna drop this on you. Get rid of that protection a bit. Oh, you asshole. Maybe I should reduce this crit effect. God. That's fine. Go ahead and guard you. And use Matrona next turn if we can. You know what? I'm not going to stall. But I will do this. Here we are. Comforting me. So, here we are. Uh-huh. I always hate these Chevaliers, man. They're always annoying. There we are. Alright, Boudica. You know what to do. Thank you. Good Laura! Alright. Let's move on to the next activity. A slow and insidious killer. Hey! We got one of his trinkets. Listen, Boudica, you gotta touch the troubling effigy with a holy water, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. What you get? You got Deadly. I got rid of Fast Learner, but 2% crit is 2% crit. Would love to get rid of that Independent on you. It would be very nice. Alright, we got another fight here. Everyone's bleeding out. Oh! Okay, we have a Color of Madness Grave Robber. Alrighty, do we Iron Swan? Or do we If It Bleed? That's the question. Go ahead and increase that torch a little bit. Let's go ahead and Iron Swan. Get rid of the dot dealer. Or at least try to. Alright. Could spread out some good damage here, or we could Grand Orchestra. Go ahead, Grand Orchestra. There we go. That way we can do a little of this. Get behind the big man, Arthur. You don't need to be, you're just a little Squire still. You're not quite there in damage. You're only level 1 in a veteran run. Alright, that's gonna hurt. It's fine, these things can heal themselves too. The most annoying thing about this group, how much damage they can put out. And the self-healing hurts. Good. Dodged. Well, they killed their friend. Well, that's good. Jesus Christ.
Continue the onslaught.
Basically invalidate all the damage I just did. Okay, that grave robber is nasty. Jesus, Audrey. Even as an enemy, you're a fucking pain in my ass. Okay. Let's go ahead and break through. Very nice, very nice. I suppose... Don't know. We could slash you and potentially kill it. Go ahead and do that. So you can't swing a blade, Arthur. Good. We're gonna need that. I love how they conveniently ignored Elena here. Couldn't tune the instrument. And go ahead and do a little this. Force a guard. Like so, even though she has a riposte. Fine. Need to use a Matrona here. Thank you for dodging that, big man. Alright. Let's go ahead and nib this chorus here. Alright. Honestly? Just kill the damn thing. You don't need healing that bad, right? Oh boy. We have a giant. And we have a coffin. And a shrew. Remind me why I go into the wield. Okay, Arthur, get behind the big guy. We have Oliver with a guard riposte. Alrighty. Good use of this skill right now. Come on, pop that coffin. Thank you. Alright, coffin turned out to be nothing. Good. Well, time to find out if giants bleed.
Well struck.
There we go. They in fact do. Alrighty. Go ahead and do a little, just a little of this. A little of that. Death before dishonor. Tree branch smackdown. Tree branch smackdown. We got treed. I'm more scared of that shrew in the back. Of course you do. Okay. Let's go ahead. Hit you with a Verse of the Void. Start tanking your accuracy. Breakthrough. Go. let's go ahead and do all this. Perfect. Poison spores up, of course you do. I love giants. Giants are fun and balanced. No, they are. I'm being sarcastic. Slowness jinx. Get riposted, idiot. Alright. Bong. Confusion spores. My favorite. Ah, that ain't too bad. That's not too bad. Go ahead and do a little of this.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
I wonder what cooldown that is clearing, aside from his overhit smash. Or smash? Slash.
A faint hope.
I wonder if that works on allies. Some tell me it doesn't. Would be cool if it did. Alright, that wasn't too bad.
But a victory nonetheless.
Let's see. Now that we're at camp, take a look at your camp skills real fast. Got to unlock flapjacks. Of course it's flapjacks. Why was I expecting anything else? I like that. So we have humorous tale, party 5% crit, all companions minus 25 stress. Okay. Makes sense. Perseverance, time cost 3, self only, 10% damage, 10% accuracy, or 10 accuracy. Improvise medic, 3 time cost, self only heal 30% max HP, 25% healing received, 4 battles, 1 companion healed 30% HP, 25% healing received. Interesting. That's actually a really decent healing skill. Then flapjacks, 20% max HP, 10% bleed and blight resistance for 4 battles. And then bad joke. Self only, minus 10% stress taken, minus 15 stress. 1 companion, minus 10% stress, 15. Okay. Alright. Pretty straightforward camp skills, nothing too crazy. I think my favorite one is Improvise Medic, followed by... Honestly, Perseverance is really good. Or paying that accuracy tax. Alright, let's go ahead and get this camp out of the way. We need to prevent an ambush if we can. I don't think we can. Nope, we don't have anything of the sort. Crap. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and do Perseverance. Pay that accuracy tax. Force of Will for that flat 3 damage on her. Since she's using AoE attacks, that's going to be very helpful. Banquet for the Eyes. Produce 1 through... Just produce food. I can't talk today. See, Loving Protection on Arthur. You are my jewel. I will not allow you to die. Alright. 12 accuracy. No, we don't need that. All companions. This won't affect himself, I don't think. Alright. 15% all skill chances. If religious. Is Arthur religious? Is the Squire religious? I don't know. I don't know enough about the Arthur lore. I do not know. Void Core. No. It's either going to be Banquet for the Eyes or Sharpened Spear with Reject Gods. Or no. Sharpened Spear with Banquet for the Eyes. Let's go ahead and just use that. There we go. Sharpened Spear is not a bad option. Boudica is our main damage dealer. And getting a crit on Breakthrough is always lovely. but admirable poise would make a lot of sense too. Go ahead and do that. I've seen Death's vistas return in an even wiser, more exquisite man. Oliver, you're the sexiest man on my entire roster. You better believe it. Huh? Oh, sorry. I took the moment to be a little listless. That's it, no sleep for us. We march to victory or ruin. We must be on our guard. I'll take first watch.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only
Ooh,
the
a map.
strength to follow
Don't mind
it.
if I do. Curio. A bunch of shit. Well, let's progress. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We got a secret room. Awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and hop in here and see what we got. Secret compartment. Reynolds head. Radu's head. Puzzling trapezohedron. Alright, don't mind if I do. What do I get rid of at this point? I don't mind getting rid of this key now. Reynolds head, 20% virtue chance, 20% damage if virtue, minus 25 damage if afflicted. Ow. That's not really that good. And Radu, 5% damage per 25 darkness, evolve faster if dark blood or dark brood. You know, I really should engage with Darkspawn a bit. I just don't know what characters I should apply the Darkspawn to. You know, since I'm doing one character per class. It's kind of rough. I don't know. I get they're powerful, but lore-wise, who do I pick? Alright, let's continue on. Ooh, another troubling effigy. Go ahead and give it to Squire. Alright, listen, Arthur, you take the holy water and you pour it over the skull. You got it? There you go. Talented. Minus 25% combat skill upgrade cost. You know what? You are a VTuber and a streamer, so that tracks. That's perfect.
Nature herself.
There we go.
Victim to the spreading
Keep
corruption.
going.
Malformed with
Alright.
intent.
Ooh, cicadas, grabber, and a fawn. Not the worst thing in the world to fight. Those cicadas are going to be freaking annoying. I think we tune the instrument here and use chorus. Alright. Nice damage on that midline. Perfect. Go ahead and protect the Squire. We don't want him stressing out. We don't want Arthur stressing out. Go ahead and finish off this asshole. Perfect. Call the wheels. Of course you do. Of course you do. Alright, Arthur. Go ahead and kill it. Good job. And the fight's over. You crit me, I crit you. Perfect. I'm really liking his class so far, actually. Squire is pretty simple. He's got a guard riposte, which is automatically one of my favorite things to use. Holy Horn is really good. Like I said, I need to see if this clear cooldown affects not just himself. I think it only affects himself, but still, you can set up destructive overhead to be pretty damn nasty. I'm seeing a little bit of Plague Doctor and Hellion kind of mixed stuff here. Plague Doctor simply because of Holy Horn, Invigorating Vapors. See a little bit of well, Hellion stuff here, mostly destructive overhead and just ability to target midline stuff. The guard riposte is nice. A little bit of Hellion, a little bit of Man at Arms, a little bit of this. So you can see aspects of the vanilla roster kind of strewn throughout things here. I like that. But he's pretty good so far. I like him. Go ahead and Honestly, reduces protection. There we go. And if we can kill it. But I might be assuming all the wrong things of what's behind his design philosophy. I'm just guessing. Talking out my ass, you know? That's what I tend to do. Alright, let's go ahead and just Matrona, get some healing here. Just for the hell of it. You're just going to get killed on the riposte. That's good, and you get credit back and give me a party-wide stress heal. Thank you very much. Alright, buddy. Let's go ahead and see if you can kill that.
Decimated.
Perfect. To me, I shall lead the charge. No, no, no. You are going to stay behind Oliver and stay alive and not afflict. Thank you very much. Okay, extra rations. Not bad. Letters from home. Alright, alright. We're getting all his trinkets dropped because he's in a debug / testing state. But anyways, on to the next fight. You see, this is what happens when you step on a trap and you don't pay attention. You get random fights like this. Ah, don't worry, it will clean this mess up real fast. This is the second time this has happened, by the way. Second time in a row. Yeah. Plus, we probably have another battle right around the corner, too. Ugh. I didn't show the first rabbit wolf fight. But, let's show this one. There we go. Just a bunch of trash. Anyways, moving on. I take it I'm not making any money or profit off this run at all. With all these trinkets that keep dropping for the class. And plus I've wasted 2 of my camp buffs on trash fights. So that's fun. Yep. Okay, Boudica, you do what you do. There we go. We do have another hallway fight up there. We're almost done with this. Never mind. We're not almost done with this dungeon. We've got a fair bit to go. We have 2 torches left too. So after this next room we go past, we're going to be in pitch black. Alright. Let's see how this goes. 2 ectoplasms. Let's kill these things ASAP. Let's go ahead and tune the instrument, actually. Wait. No. I have to redo that. Alright, Grand Orchestra, that's what I wanted to use. There we go, bring her up front, put her into breakthrough capability. Put a guard post up on you, and let's go. Breakthrough. Killed 1, that's good. That's good. Let's see, shield tackle won't be too good here. Because, well, the protection on himself. Kill the ectoplasm. Perfect. Come on. Give her Crimson Curse. I dare you. Do it. I fucking dare you to give Songbird Crimson Curse. That would be perfect. No? Okay. Let's go ahead and take you out. We can kill you next. Bye. Trash fight, moving on.
Success so clearly
in view.
Or is it merely
A trick of the light? Oh, so far this has been a pretty painless run. All things considered. There hasn't been any much crazy stuff happening. I'm surprised we haven't had the Basilisk or Lost Legion show up or some stupid shit like that. We are below 50 torch though, so the Basilisk can show up at any moment. And now the Shambler has a chance to show up. Okay, a bit of a shuffle. We got surprised. This is where the stress is going to start hitting us though. Alright. Gotta kill that madman ASAP. Let's see. This guy we can leave alone for the most part. Let it bleed out on the madman. There we go. We cannot use Protector of Beauty because poor Oliver is in position 2. But we can snipe the Madman and get a little bit of torch back. Oof. Fuck off with that, yeah. Okay, Grand Orchestra. Let's get that riposte going. If she ever gets hit. I'm going for Boudica, that's fine. She's got plenty of health. Alright. Go ahead and shield tackle. Nothing. Honestly? No, that's actually a good repositioning tool. Now we're back to our normal party formation. Ugh. Ah, you idiot. You activated my trap card. Get breakthrough. Perfect. Alright, Nebulous Chorus. Perfect. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. There, but you're gonna have some mead. Ouch. Ouch! Grey Rot. Who got that? It was you. You know what? That's actually not too bad. That's more health for the big guy. Alright. You know what? Even though we're not guarding, I'll still use this. Or just a small healing ping. Oof. Oof. That hurt. So does this. There we go. You're fine. You're fine. Let's go ahead and kill this damn thing. Alright. And destructive overhead. Jesus, Arthur. Never give up, never surrender. There's a lot of damage.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Fortunately, we have... Well, let's go ahead and pop this. Drop that. And you... Go ahead and try to clear some of that stress. And that's the end of the quest. You know what? I'll take it. I have no room for loot anyway. All right.
Bring soldiers and supplies.
So far, I think that's the least amount of gold I have ever made on a run. 4,200. Holy crap. That's what happens when you have a work in progress class with debug trinkets. Or debug trinket mode. It's not an official mode, it's what I like to call when the trinkets are dropping at abnormal rate and yada yada yada. You know, it's just work in progress stuff. Anyway, it's 42 gold, but this is nice for Martial Saint. Peerless Beard now buff self 20% damage at 5% crit for the entire combat. That's pretty nice. Plus, we managed to get him to level 3. And Elena and Oliver are level 5. But that's fine. We took him from level 1. We took him from level 1 to level 3 and now he's dumb. Oh, Kilted, please don't hurt me for that. That was... You can't make that shit up. That's horrible. Don't call the poor guy dumb. He's just doing his best. That's funny. Anemic, dry bellyache. Season Red. Got rid of Ghost Slayer. Fuck Ghost Slayer. Or was Ghost Slayer something for ectomorphs? I don't remember. But 15% damage while bleeding and 5% crit while bleeding. Situational, but not terrible. Anemic, Fear Beast. Got rid of Fear Beast. Dry bellyache. We also have Grey Rot on Oliver, which is not good. Well, it could be worse.
The plume.
Okay.
And the pistol.
So,
A fitting end to my
my
folly.
initial
And a
thoughts
curse upon us
of
all.
the class, memes aside and all that stuff, he's pretty damn solid so far. Pretty damn solid. He's got pretty decent HP. He's got lowish lowish dodge. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not 0. 5 crit, 5 to 10, 4 speed, so not terrible on his stats. His skill kit is pretty simple, but I like what it's doing. It wants to do destructive overhead a lot. Armor piercing with 3-turn cooldown, but you use let's see, apprenticeship, holy horn, or comforting mead gets rid of the cooldown. That's what I'm guessing. Now, slash and thrusting stab, I do appreciate he has some pretty good targeting. He can reliably hit anywhere on the enemy party. So you could run something like this, and he can hit any enemy, potentially. As long as he's in like position 3, he can hit position 4. Not that I would use shield tackle to hit position 4. He does a lot of self-buffing, so he's kind of selfish on his buffs, but he has a couple little bit of team utility with the guard and comforting me, and this is really good too. I'm definitely going to think of some team uses for him. But not sorry, Kilted, he's going to be in a team with a lot of redheads, so be sure to see that in the future. I got a couple other teams in mind, one with Mercenary and Ripperkin, stuff like that. Every redhead I can think of, I'm going to throw him in a team with him. Sorry. But anyways, I like him so far. He's pretty good. That was my first run with him, so I don't really have a kind of a detailed breakdown of his kit. He's pretty simple, nice and straightforward. I like it. I like it a lot. His camp skills are freaking phenomenal. But let's go ahead and read through this. The Squire has seen war on many fronts, assisting the front line whenever possible. He can hold his own if required, or opt into supporting his comrades into defensive skills and riposte. Alright, nice and straightforward. Squire is retrofitted with a combination of leather, plate, and padded gambeson to provide decent protection while maintaining some maneuverability. Furthermore, he handles a sword and shield, yet weak if pushed to the back line. And yeah, I can see that. He definitely has some limited uses if he gets pushed back there. His weakest position is position 4, but he can still put some support in position 3. What it looks like with slash, shield tackle, horn, and mead. So he still has some use back there. So go ahead and do this. Compared to glorious heroes estranged from faraway lands, Squire is a young man. He strives to soothe the room with jokes and calm one's troubled spirit and refocus on his efforts for future campaigns on his own accord. Stephen said he would make pancakes for you. Pancakes. Wait. Ah! Okay. I can't unlock the pancakes. This is horrible because encourages overlapping pancakes. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I mention that. But so far, I am locked out of flapjacks until that bug gets fixed. Darn it. The skill icons. Honestly, these skill icons are fire as hell. I really like these skill icons, especially the camp skill ones, actually. I like bad jokes. Bad joke and perseverance. But I like the skill icon for destructive overhead and apprenticeship. Yeah, some good work was put into this. Yeah. Kilted? Good on you. Good on you. I like seeing this being a... I like seeing this put into reality. Not sure how long this has been in the making. But yeah, I really enjoy. Plus, he has some pretty good resistances. Holy shit, 70%. Never mind. It's 40%. That's still not terrible. I'm not the person to talk to when it comes to numbers. Still, it's really nice. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the blue ball on the possible crossover episode, but it kind of was, I think. I think that counts. Yeah, maybe. One day I'll get my own OC made as a class. I'm still designing the kit. But at least I'm working on bagpipe. Well, not me directly, but I'm writing the barks for bagpipe and all that stuff. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe and all that YouTube jazz. And I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a nice day. Bye.